Greetings, everybody. I want to welcome you here to Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show, a show dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. So here we are, Commonalities Compared. Yeah, we've been doing this for a while now, I think. I don't even know how long it's been, but it kind of took over from Ben's album challenge. We wanted to do something different. And Ben actually liked an idea I had before, and he kind of tweaked it a bit to do it the way he wanted to do it, and we've talked about it, and we've come up with this format that we've been doing now for a while. So basically what we do here is he gives me two rock commonalities. They could be guitarists, it could be bass players, it could be drummers, could be albums, could be rock bands, could be the producer, it could even be the artwork on the albums. We've done a few of all of these, and now we're going to do one tonight in which we're talking about two rock musicians who it's very obvious to me the commonality here. Some of the commonalities are quite common, and it's kind of a funny situation because first I'll introduce them. This is the only album I have with this rock star on it, which is Bob Dylan, and then the other one, Neil Young. I have multitudes of stuff by him, various groups and his own solo career and teaming up with other bands and everything. So obviously Neil Young, Bob Dylan came out in the mid to late 60s as kind of folky rock stars, I guess you might want to call it that. They have a fair number of commonalities. First of all, they were both kind of war activists against war. Hippies, obviously. Very good lyricists, both of them. Excellent storytelling abilities, if you want. Both of them using acoustic music a lot to try and get their message out there. Both of them folky in nature, but using rock and roll and folkiness together to try to create that same kind of storyline. Yeah, both of them very good. Both still around as well, and they've had long careers. However, I think, and the other one commonality is another obvious one, is that they both have kind of different sounding voices. And these voices are loved by some, hated by others. So there's kind of a polarization with their vocals. Some people say that their voices are grating against their soul. Other ones, not so much. And then you get people like me. I like both their voices. I always have. They're both got a kind of a nasally feel to them. I think Bob Dylan's is a little more graty than Neil Young's, but it's hit and miss type of thing there. I think both of them have written a lot of very kind of influential tracks as well. Yeah, lots of stuff going on there. Neil tends to be, he tends to go from that kind of folky acoustic rock part all the way up to the heavy stuff. Excuse me. All the way up to the real heavy stuff that he has done on some of his albums as well. He can be a bit more of a rocker. He likes to use the electric aspect as much as that. They both like to use harmonicas. Yeah, so they've got a ton of stuff in common. But one thing they don't have in common is that I absolutely adore Neil Young. I think he's one of my favorite rock musicians. Definitely in my top 15 bands of all time. Where Bob Dylan isn't even on my radar screen. And I'm not really sure why that is. I think I found Bob Dylan's kind of grating against society a little bit on the arrogant side, where I think Neil Young's, in my opinion, tends to be a bit more about the material and not so much about him. Maybe I'm wrong, but they both have stepped up and said things against stuff they don't like, and you need people like that in society. The fact that they're both great at writing music and both great at putting stuff out is good, I think. Neil Young was a Canadian at one time, but I now believe he's Well, he's married to Daryl Hannah and is now living. Well, he's been living in California forever, so I think he got his American citizenship. I don't know so much about Bob Dylan's history and background because I never really followed him. He couldn't even be in the series I'm running right now, which is the 30 bands I have left that have yet to follow, because I never, in order to qualify for something like that, I had to have liked them, and there should be no reason why I haven't followed them. Where in his case, I never really was a big fan of his, so it was easy for me not to follow him because I never really liked much of what he did. Yeah, there's a couple of songs that I don't mind, and his voice doesn't really bother me as much as other people it bothers. I still think it's kind of a very nasally voice, but yeah, I don't have as much of a problem with that aspect. I just never have really followed him. Where Neil Young, like, I love everything he puts out. I try to get as much stuff as I can from him, and he's had some tremendous songs and lots of fantastic albums. Excuse me. It's kind of a tiring Sunday. I've been kind of busy all day with checking a few things out, but I wanted to get this up and running before I have to go out in about 20 minutes, and I wanted to get this done and upload it for tonight's episode of Commonalities Compared. So I hope you've enjoyed this kind of a discussion about both Bob Dylan and Neil Young and the things that they have in common. So if you have, please hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell. And any comments about the two artists, you can put it in the comment section below. I really appreciate that a lot of people take the time to put the comments in. The comments actually make me think about what I'm saying. They also give me information on stuff that I probably didn't know about. Maybe turn me on to something that I haven't listened to. And not just me, but other people who are watching the channel who may not be able to, for whatever reason, there's a fly that's kind of flying around here, that might not have the opportunity to make a comment. So people put the comments out there and you get to read those and hear stuff. And I really appreciate people's support here on the channel. I don't say it enough. If you guys didn't come and watch, then there would be no point in doing this, right? So I do it because I like to talk about records. I like to listen. This motivates me to buy more stuff and listen to more stuff. I've learned a ton of stuff in the last 3 years, and I hope to continue to do this as long as my what's left of my hair is still hanging out, and I'm able to actually sit up straight and know who I am. So as long as those things are going on, I'll keep doing this, and I hope you'll keep coming. So I hope you all have a good evening. Take care, and we will see you next Sunday night for another episode of Commonalities Being Compared. Take care. Bye.